Former detainees going straight from GITMO back to al-Qaeda and now to ISIS. So what is the solution? Senator Lindsey Graham joins us. Good evening, sir. This can't be a good sign if now they're going from al-Qaeda to GITMO to ISIS and now even to Pakistan.
What percentage of GITMO detainees who have been released have gone back to the fight? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Almost 30%. So what is the solution? Making sure that we don't let people out of GITMO that represent a danger to our country or to our allies, and having oversight over Barack Obama. He wants to close the jail so bad he can't stand it.
Can he do it by executive order?
He has threatened to do that. If he tried to close that jail by executive order, there'd be a constitutional crisis that makes this immigration thing look tame. The Congress has spoken in a bipartisan fashion that you can't transfer people from GITMO unless we're consulted. So at the end of the day, Congress needs to have more control over who's released from the jail. But here's my big problem. He hasn't put one person in GITMO. When we capture a high-value target, we read them their Miranda rights and we put them in federal court. They should go to GITMO to be held as an enemy combatant, to be interrogated for years. That's how you collect intelligence.
All right, November 24th, deadline for that Iranian deal. Will there be a deal with Iran?
The Obama administration wants a deal so bad they can't stand it. I fear that we have a North Korea in the making, where they give the Iranians a small enrichment program to be monitored by the UN, and they break out one day and have a nuclear weapon. Here's what I suggest. That never let Barack Obama go it alone when it comes to Ayatollahs with nukes. That any deal they negotiate with the Iranians must come to Congress and be approved by the Congress before it's binding as a check and balance.
Can you impose that requirement on the president, or
Absolutely.
can he go alone on this?
No, we can impose it because the sanctions that were created by Congress, most of the sanctions that are hurting the regime came from the Congress, not through executive action. Yes, we can and we should, and I'll make a prediction that my bill, along with Bob Corker, requiring Congress to look at this deal and vote it up or down, will get a huge bipartisan support. Who in the Senate and the House would want to go back home and explain to their constituents, I trusted Barack Obama so much with the Iranian nuclear deal that I didn't even want to look at it?
What if he just says, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to work out a deal. Secretary Kerry and I are going to work out a deal. Senator Lindsey Graham, you can have your bill in the Senate, but I don't care. Then
I would lead the effort to defund the ability to relieve the sanctions. We would have a constitutional crisis of major proportions, and Democrats with the future would side with me. Who in their right mind, after all these blunders throughout the world, including Obamacare, would trust Barack Obama enough to negotiate a nuclear deal with the Iranians, who have been lying, cheating, and stealing for 30 years without wanting to have some oversight? Hillary Clinton needs to be involved in this debate. If they announce a deal, I think it's going to be a deal Israel won't accept and the Sunni Arabs won't accept. If you give the Shia Persians a nuclear capability, every Sunni Arab state will want one of their own, and you're on the road to Armageddon.
Why should Hillary Clinton be in this? She's out of office. How do you figure?
She wants to be president of the United States. Of all the decisions that Barack Obama or any president will make in my lifetime, and so, how to end the Iranian nuclear ambitions is the most important, because if they break out and get a nuclear weapon, then you're going to have a nuclear arms race in the Mideast.
Is there any deal you would agree to where they could do even some enrichment, or is this a zero enrichment in your mind?
It should be zero, but here's the goal for me, that the program that they're left with cannot be turned into a weapons program, and you don't have to rely on the UN.
I think that Prime Minister Netanyahu has a zero number. So he
he would be right to say zero. 15 nations have nuclear programs that don't enrich uranium. When they claim they have that right, there is no right in international law. Why would Barack Obama give the Ayatollahs something we haven't given Mexico or Canada?
Don't get me started on Mexico. Anyway, Senator, thank you, sir.
Thank you.